Hello, and welcome to Cindy's Corner, my friends out there. It's good to see you, and you're going to enjoy story time today. And everybody needs a vacation. And if you've got this book, Mrs. Claus Takes a Vacation, go get it so that you can follow along. And boys and girls, we all need a vacation sometimes. Sometimes we just need to stay in our pajamas and stay home, and that's our vacation. And that's okay too. But Mrs. Claus had never been anywhere. Can you imagine that? Never have been anywhere. All right, on a vacation. And go ahead and give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. I like my friends out there on Cindy's Corner. All right, Mrs. Claus takes a vacation. She looks happy, doesn't she? Where do you think she might be going? She got her sunglasses on. You think she's going to go somewhere fun? Maybe so. My AR testers, this is a level 2-5 book. And here's our title page, Mrs. Claus Takes a Vacation. The author is Linus Alsenas. Mrs. Claus had never taken a vacation in her life. This year, she was determined to go traveling. Snow, snow, and more snow, she told Santa. Well, I'm tired of it. You get to see the whole world every year. Now it's my turn. Let's see how you like sitting at home. She packed her bags, hitched a reindeer to the sleigh, and waved goodbye to Santa. Don't worry, dear. I'll be home before Christmas Eve. He doesn't look too happy, does he? Santa's like, oh no. He leaves her every year. But with each passing day, Santa did worry. He's worrying. Mrs. Claus isn't used to warm weather, thought Santa. She'll get sunburned. Look at her. But Mrs. Claus didn't mind the sun at all. She got her some sunscreen right here. It's 80 proof. Yeah. She doesn't mind the sun at all. She doesn't know all the world's languages, thought Santa. And she has never been around so many different kinds of people. I'll bet she's terribly lonely. He looks lonely, doesn't he? Just got the cat. Oh, does she look lonely? But Mrs. Claus had no trouble making friends. Look at her. She's made friends with everybody. Fit right in, didn't she? She must miss gingerbread cookies, thought Santa. And he baked his first batch ever. He made his own cookies, first time ever, because Mrs. Claus has always done it. But Mrs. Claus didn't miss gingerbread cookies at all. Well, looks like some kind of shrimp and sushi. Well, maybe a little bit. I'll bet she wishes she were here to help with Christmas preparations, thought Santa. He's streaming some popcorn as he put up decorations around the house. He's putting his bows up, his wreaths, his Christmas tree. Mrs. Claus didn't give this house a passing thought. But she did wish Santa could have been with her. She's seeing tabernacle. Mrs. Claus will be so disappointed to have missed decorating the tree, thought Santa, as he hung the last ornament of Mr. and Miss Claus. He's looking at it. He's hanging it on the tree. Mrs. Claus did miss decorating the tree. She started seeing Christmas trees everywhere, and wreaths, and snowmen, and mistletoe. The guy's trying to kiss her. No. She says, oh no. She knew it was time to go back home. Here she goes. Mrs. Claus returned on Christmas Eve day. Santa greeted her with a big hug and a kiss. Home at last, he said. He was happy to see her, wasn't he? Yes. So was the cat. After dinner, Mrs. Claus showed Santa souvenirs from her vacation. Soon, Santa had to get ready for his trip. He pulled on his boots, put on his mittens, and handed Mrs. Claus her coat. Why would he hand Mrs. Claus her coat? What's this? She asked. I know you've probably had your fill of traveling, Santa said, but how about one more ride with me? I wouldn't miss it for the world, she replied. I got the cat in there helping. Away they go. Now, if you see Mrs. Claus this year with Santa, tell me about it in the comments, because you never know if she's going to travel with him or not. Tell me if you get to see Mrs. Claus. I hope you enjoyed our story, Mrs. Claus Takes a Vacation. And give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. Tell them to make sure they subscribe so they don't miss Story Time with Cindy. Have a great day. Have a special, make something for your tree. If you do make something, share it with me.